You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio. And I am your host, Dini. We have a very special guest for you. So you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, text your family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say, it's about the higher that you aim. When things become difficult and every effort seems to bring disappointment, it can be very tempting to lower your expectations. It can seem like the most reasonable response is to water down your goals and your ambitions. But that's exactly what you don't want to do. For diminished expectations only lead to even more diminished results. If the future equaled the past, then it would make sense to set your sights lower in response to difficulty and disappointment. Thankfully, though, the future most certainly does not equal the past. What you accomplish in the future depends on the grit of what you intend to accomplish. The higher you aim, the higher you climb. That doesn't mean, asking or seeking or borrowing a bunch of money and then, go spend it on a night in Vegas. Hoping to pay it back after you strike it big in the future. But what it does mean is being committed to doing whatever it takes to be responsibly and realistically, reach the meaningful goals that you have set for yourself. If you're getting disappointing results, it's not a sign to give up on your dream. Instead, it's an opportunity to make that dream so absolutely compelling that you cannot fail to achieve it. Take that from me, Coach Dini. That's my word. Are you ready?
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio. And I am your host, Dini. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings, the ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in saying welcome, friend, to a musician whose sound embodies the raw beauty of the Southwestern frontier, C. Scott. From the heart of Nashville to the peaks of Colorado, C. Scott's blend of indie folk and Americana, infused with his Southwestern music twang, has struck a chord with listeners. And his latest single, Wrong Horizon, is a haunting reflection on choosing the wrong dreams and finding the courage to pursue the right ones. And with that, let's welcome to the show, C. Scott. Hey, welcome.
Hey, I appreciate it. How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good. How are you?
I'm not bad.
All right, man. I know that introduction only scratches the surface of your journey, but man, could you share more about what's been on your heart and mind lately
Yeah.
as you were gearing up to release Wrong Horizon?
Yeah, for sure, man. So Wrong Horizon is so important to me just as an individual, and I think as just a human, I think it strikes a chord that can be really relatable to a lot of people. So what's been on my heart and my mind has been, kind of some crippling imposter syndrome. I think a lot of musicians get that, especially kind of starting off like I am. But the message behind Wrong Horizon is partially kind of to push through that, to kind of push through whatever is keeping you from going the right direction, and just acknowledge that it's there, not to just ignore it, but to acknowledge that it's there, and try and move past it. And every little step in the right direction, even if it's a small step, is still a step in the right direction. So if you can just push through those little issues. Sorry, some dudes just drove by on some bikes, pretty loud. Then you can kind of start chasing down that right horizon, that right dream, and to just push through imposter syndrome, fear, whatever it might be, to get through to that.
Yeah. How do you do it, man? Or what does that look like for you?
Man, that's a really good question. It's hard to put into kind of black and white terms. A big part of it is just movement, if that makes any sense, and not just physical movement, but like I was saying, that one small step. If you can just get up off the couch, just get out of bed, just make that one step, it kind of helps push you the right way. And yeah, physical movement, hiking is where I find a lot of inspiration. Walking, running, riding my motorcycle, just doing something to move forward is the right thing to do. It's going to feel small, it might feel small. It might literally just be getting up off the couch, but those steps start to add up, and before you know it, you've walked a mile, and you saw it as, oh man, all I feel like I did is get up off the couch, but here I am a mile down the road. And it's just those one small steps, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool, man. So, as you're building this project, Wrong Horizon, how do you know when to stop recording?
As far as like a song list kind of goes?
Yeah, I mean, okay, the project is complete.
That's a really good question, and that's something I struggle with. I feel like I recorded this album at Arch Studios in Chattanooga, Tennessee, about a year ago with my really good buddy Ethan Martin, and we only recorded about 9 tracks, but he and I are really good buddies. We've kind of been writing buddies, and we pitch ideas to each other through the years, and what we kept running into was just that, oh man, how do we stop? We wanted to throw a 10th song on the record. We wanted to throw an 11th song on the record. There were nights when I would go over to his house after the studio. We'd meet back up and we'd try to add more to some songs. And it's just man, we got to hit the stop button at some point. And I think finding that balance between, man, as musicians, there's always more to say. As writers, there's always more to say. And we just had to hit the stop button and be okay, I know we've got all this rolling around, but let's go ahead and start planning for that next record. So it's less of a, we hit the stop button and cut the record, and it's more we just interrupted it for a little bit. We had to go ahead and stop this one. And a lot of it's, budgetary and time-wise, constraints like that kind of step in and answer that question for you, or for me at least. But we kind of see it more as a pause, and then we'll pick it back up later and continue later, with future EPs, future albums, future singles. So you kind of have to realize all right, I got more I want to say, but let me hit pause for a second and we can wrap this one up. And I'm ready to go, man. Like, I'm ready for the next EP, and I haven't even released this full album yet. So, you know, it's like it's a frustrating thing to do, but it's necessary, and you got to give your brain a break and your body a break and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes outlying forces kind of make that decision for you.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then you tell yourself, all right, it's just a pause. This isn't goodbye. This is I'll see you later, you know?
Yeah. So, man, it seems like you're running full speed
Yeah.
into this journey of yours. Do you reflect much on, like, getting to today?
I do, yeah. It's kind of like you said, when it's full steam ahead, it is kind of hard to reflect, but I actually released my first EP just about a year ago. It was like a year ago in September. Yeah, and it's an older one, but me and the guy I mentioned previously, Ethan, we actually recorded that like 10 years ago and only released it last year, which was really kind of cool because a lot of the songs, it's only about 4 songs, but they're still songs that I play. You know, I play them live. They still have meaning. The meaning's changed to me a little bit. I've grown as an artist, but those songs are still there. And what's been cool is, like, you know, I was chatting with some of my friends and they're like, man, you realize this release is almost exactly a year after your first one. And that really opened the doors to reflecting. I'm like, man, it's been a year, and, you know, I'm not throwing up Post Malone, Taylor Swift numbers, but I'm seeing some growth and some success. And it's like, wow, this is really kind of cool. Like, it's been a year of hard work, you know, putting in hours, working my normal 40-hour 9-to-5 job, and reflecting on it has been like, wow, man, what a year. Like, this has been, we've gotten a lot done. You know, I've really kind of started putting my mark on stuff, and it's a cool feeling. It's a humbling feeling, and it's also a really exciting feeling. It's like, man, there's so much more to come. I'm just scratching the surface here. So yeah, I do reflect quite a lot, and it's necessary and kind of scary sometimes, but
yeah,
but you know, all good.
Why did it take 10 years to release the EP?
So I actually, that kind of starts to touch on what Wrong Horizon is really about. Not just as a song, but as kind of a mindset. So we moved out here, my wife and I moved out here about 10 years ago from Tennessee to Colorado. Actually, no, wait, it would have been more like 7 or 8 years. And for the first 4, 5, 6 years we were here, I was focusing on a different career. I had essentially totally shelved music. You know, I had this EP out there, but it wasn't released anywhere. I just had the files. So it was just kind of tucked away. My guitars were kind of gathering dust. You know, I worked a few seasons as a park ranger. I was taking some classes to kind of, you know, help with the park ranger career. You know, I worked for an open space and a parks department. So I was putting all my time and energy and money into this other career. So music was gone. So that older EP was just floating around in the, you know, the nebulous somewhere. And it was only really when I was like, man, I'm unhappy. Like, I'm chasing the wrong dream. I'm chasing the wrong horizon. It's not working. I like it, but it's not the same. And so when I decided I wanted to start doing music again, that's when I pulled out that old EP, and I was like, man, people want to hear this. And even if they don't, you know, it's music that I've got recorded. I need to go ahead and release it. So I worked, you know, we released that EP, and I wanted to do it before, you know, a new album, a debut album, obviously, but I didn't really know when. And I was like, man, screw it. Let's just do September. And so I released it in September, and that was about a year ago, and there we are.
Yeah, here we are. Man, I have a very, very important question for you. And you don't really have to dive deep into it, but just listening to you talk about pursuing a career that, you know, the natural cycle of life, right? You grow up,
Oh yeah.
get married, you work a career and raise kids,
Yep.
and you become a dad and a father and
Yep.
a brother and a outstanding community leader,
You're right.
those type
Yeah.
of things. And I was married, and the hardest conversation was telling my wife that I didn't want to wear a tie anymore to work.
Yeah.
And I really wanted
yeah.
to pursue this other thing because I felt so empty,
Mhm. Oh yeah.
How did that conversation happen for you?
Oddly enough, it was almost the other way around. This was my spouse kind of seeing me doing what I'm doing. She's seen me play open mics. She'd seen me play, years ago when I was doing it kind of in college. And a lot of it came from her. She was like, Colin, you're not, oh, that's my real name, Colin. It's, but she's like, Colin, you don't seem, it was a lot of conversations like, are you good? Like, you don't seem super happy in this career you're chasing down. Like, are you good? Like, do you want to try music again? And again, with imposter syndrome and a lot of self-doubt and all that kinds of stuff always going around through my head, having an advocate like her to be like, no, you should really give this a try, is huge. That's incredible. The fact that she's been on board, step one, and not even just her, my parents, my brother, my friends, college friends, new friends, work buddies, drinking buddies, they're all like, man, you should give this a shot. Like, why are you ignoring it? It was a lot of conversations like that finally led to like, man, I really miss it. Like, I don't know how all these people that love me have been able to see something about myself that I'm just totally missing. But they were able to, and they're like, I think you're missing something by not pursuing this music. So I was like, all right, y'all are right. And I started getting back into it, and I was like, oh shit, they were really right. Like they got me. And so I start, going back into music, and I'm loving it. And I'm like, all right, this is great. So conversations like that from people I love was super helpful, super influential.
Yeah, man. Well, you said it, the key word. They love you.
Yeah.
And people who love you can really see who you are and
100%.
how things affect you. And man, that is amazing to have people like that in your life that can.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm very blessed.
Yeah, man, to see, like, I won't call you an empty shell or nothing like that, but to see you just, I don't know, it could be like going
You're not far from it, man. Yeah, no,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Like on an auto program,
100%.
I used to drive to work sometimes like that. Like, oh yeah, I need to pay attention. I'm on autopilot.
Yeah, you get to work and you're like, how did I get here?
Yeah, how did I get here?
Why is my coffee gone? Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, we are here, man, and congratulations on this new record.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Wrong Horizon. So we are going to get ready to play the title track, Wrong Horizon,
okay.
And then we'll come back with more C. Scott.
I've been waiting for a sign to set me off. I've been waiting for someone to let me off the hook for a risk I never took. I've been waiting for a friend to say it's all okay. They've got the game rigged anyway, but no, got no excuses left to go. So tell me, truly, have I been living freely? Or am I heartbroken, chasing down the wrong horizon? I'm living without hope, not even prepared to try it. Is it any wonder that I feel I've got nothing to say? broke, chasing down the wrong horizon. I'm living without hope, not even prepared to try it. Just living hard broke, chasing down the wrong horizon. I'm living without hope, not even prepared to try it. Is it any wonder that I feel I've got nothing to say?
All right. Welcome back again. That was Wrong Horizon by C. Scott. Very, very awesome record. All right, let's go ahead and bring him back. Hey. Welcome back.
How's it going?
Live with
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Thanks.
Absolutely, man. So we have a segment of the show that we call the hot seat. You know anything about that?
All right. I can guess a little bit from the name, but
Yes. So I will tell you, my friend, the hot seat
all right.
is where our special guest gets to perform for us. That could be singing, rapping, telling a story about their life, a joke, playing an instrument, giving some advice, poems.
All right.
Yeah, anything like that. Anything creative.
Right on. I could probably whip something up here.
All right.
Let me see. I got a newer song. It's not recorded anywhere. Let's see here. It's called Our Own Ghosts. I think the only place that is recorded is on my TikTok. No, excuse me, my Instagram. But yeah, I could play you a new-ish song if you want.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, so let me make sure I'm in tune here. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
All right. They have to pardon me. This is outside. The crickets and the temperature were too good to pass up, so yeah, this is a song called Our Own Ghosts. Way on past where the river winds, and then here come Jesus signs. I am crossing interstate lines to go see my own ghost. Yeah, to go see my own ghost. He is standing over there, too drunk and unaware. That time is shorter here. How to use it, he don't know. And he's got no place to go. Are they wandering aimlessly to the plow or towards the sea? You can tell me once, I won't believe that ghost is me. Those are them that stuck around, never get to see their ghost in town. And the younger kids that are here right now don't believe
I stay for a little while? Would the old guard make me smile? Would the man in the moon return my gaze? Or look on for better days? Just look on for better days. Are they wandering aimlessly to the right or to the sea? You can tell me once, I won't believe that ghost is me. All right, man.
All right, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was great.
I appreciate it.
All right. See, Scott, where can our listeners connect with you online?
Yeah, so y'all can find me. I'm on Instagram and TikTok, both at C Scott Music, and it's like, C.Scott_music. If you just search C Scott Music, you can find me. I'm everywhere. My EP is out. I actually have 2 singles out now. One came out this past Friday called Blood Running Purple. Totally different sound than Wrong Horizon. It's a little more dark pop, which is interesting and kind of odd for me, but the song turned out really great. So you can find those 2 and the older EP on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Apple, wherever you stream music. You can also find me on my website, cscottofficial.com. So a few places there to check me out if you're interested.
All right. And listeners, just in case you need those links, I will have them in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is just click the links. Well, we want to thank C. Scott once again for being our guest tonight. It was truly an honor.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Honor for me as well. Goes both ways,
Absolutely, man. Well, take care, man, and we are rooting for you.
Awesome. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Appreciate you. Peace.
Bye.
Hey, what's up, long time? I forgot to mention that, by the way, this is Deanie, Vigilantes Radio Live, VP of Operations for Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, Only One Theory dropped a new single. It is called La Jefecita. It's on Spotify. As a matter of fact, it's on all major platforms. You should check it out right now. Oh, and by the way, there's also a visual on YouTube. It's hot. Check it out today. OnlyOneTheory.com. Check that out too. Peace. Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is onlyonemediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request some music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Denny, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in
either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, and all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.
What's up, guys? It's Dini, and I want to welcome you on a journey of the heart and of the mind. These Fucking Feelings podcast is a beacon in the world of mental health advocacy, and it invites you to join a conversation that's changing lives. We are here to share, listen, and grow together. Led by the passionate Michael Bravery, alongside the insightful Rebecca and Crystal. This award-winning podcast dives deep into the human experience, from navigating relationships to coping with loss. No topic is off limits. It's about real stories and real emotions. These Fucking Feelings is more than just a show. It's a community, a place where vulnerable isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. You can find it across major platforms, including YouTube and Facebook Watch. This podcast is a touchstone for anyone seeking understanding and support. These Fucking Feelings podcast, where every emotion is valid and every story matters. Tune in and transform the way you see mental health.